All right, so only two of you have turned in these sketch assignments that we gave that were supposed to be due yesterday. So I'm looking over the ones that are turned in, and I'm just going to talk about those. So for anyone that hasn't turned these in yet, turn them in quickly, please, so I can give you some feedback. So I'm looking at this is Cheryl's, I believe, and just looking at it, it looks pretty good. So I like that I'm seeing where the knees are here. I'm seeing the ankles. This is the foot looks all right. This arm has some mass to it. Looks like, is this a remote control clicker there? I'm going to change my color. Is this the remote there? I think maybe. And the one thing that I'm getting a little lost on is the head. I don't see what direction it's showing, but this is definitely a sketch that you could work with. I have the pose pretty well. The shoulder here gets a little lost, but for the most part, this actually is not bad. There's some things that I would, yeah. So this is not bad. This is a decent, quick sketch of someone. I think they're sitting up, laying on the couch. I think this is a couch. So if this is the couch back here, I think that's a couch. And watching TV. Cool. I like it. And then these are some of Jabari's sketches. I can see that three of these maybe are the same person. This one, and this one maybe are the same person with their hands folded. I think, but I like some of what I'm seeing here. These are nice, simple poses. Someone's taking a picture here. I actually like this one the best. This one down here. I have a good. There's a lot of attitude in this pose. That leg here with the arms folded. I would expect to see another one. There's almost a look of judgment here that they don't approve of something that's happening. I like that one. I feel like that one has the most character in it. So this is the one I would go with if I was choosing one. But I like some of what we have here. I like this striped over the arm. You're getting some of these accessories. That looks pretty nice. These are not bad. For the two that turned it in, you both did a fine job. And then there's some more here. It's okay. There are some issues with the direction that this is facing. I wouldn't expect to see that much at the top of this. I would expect it to be more of like the lid's open here. I don't know what kind of grill this is. I wouldn't, unless you're like on a balcony above looking down on them, I wouldn't expect to see quite so much of that top of this grill here. So that's something that is more of a perspective issue. The legs got kind of large on that. And then, yeah, and this was some girls playing hopscotch. I actually really like this as a concept for a drawing. I feel like as far as the drawing goes, this one's not as strong. This one here is pretty strong. I get the sense of motion here with this leg being out. I like this pose here, and then of course seeing the hopscotch there. It's kind of a cute little vignette. That makes me want to know a little bit more of like what the sidewalk is. This is one that lends itself well towards a larger scene. Yeah, it's nice. As far as reproducing and having a model use that pose to recreate it, I don't know that this is the best one. This one would probably work better. This is a nice reclined model pose. All right. Cool. So this is what we left off. What I drew last time, I had chosen this as my best pose. So I kind of want to look at what it would look like then to take this pose and imagine that in a different position, in a different location in a place. So one of the skills that I'd like us to work on is if we're working with a model in a studio, but we want to insert that model into a larger scenario, a larger scene, a different space. So what I want you to do this week is to choose what you think is your best pose. For me, it's this one. If I was talking for Jabari, it's probably this one here. And for Cheryl, it's probably this one. So take your strongest pose and imagine it in a different space. So what space could I put this in? So for me, it's going to be looking at, let's say I have like an outdoor swing. And for this, I do want you to look at actual spaces. Not, I'm just making this up. I would prefer that you look at an actual space. I have the chain that comes up here. Do something. Sometimes I have these like hang down things there. Anyway, I don't want to spend too much time on this. So imagining, okay, let's say this is, maybe it could be on a porch. It could be a porch swing. There's like a railing here. I can stick a window back in here. There's that post, corner post. Let's say this is a window here. I can think about if I want to have something inside or not. Maybe I'll take one of my other poses and have a person there. Okay, so I have this kind of sense for a porch swing be in here. I can take that porch swing and this pose here. And think about how this pose, it's easier if you can look at both images at the same time, but I can't in this program. So my shoulder is coming this way. So I have a foot coming down here. I'm just kind of very loosely blocking this in. All right, so more or less, if I was looking at the other image, it would be much, much better. All right, so I've taken my pose and I've created this space. So I have a good concept for my space and how this figure fits into the space. Maybe I'll have some, like a tree back here or something. So I have some idea of how my figure fits into this space. So here we go. This is my entire scene. So this is what I want us to be working towards. We're taking a figure, we're finding figures anywhere we can, just jotting them down, making sketches, and then we're going to go look for scenes, look for spaces. You can find spaces online. I'd rather you not copy them exactly, or find a good space that you know, a space that you like, photograph it, make sketches of it, figure out how that figure will fit into that space. The space won't change. The space you can always go back to and draw most of the time. So what we'll do then is, if you can get a photograph or a good drawing of a space, you can draw the space without the figure in it at all. We're just having this figure blocked in. So I can see this figure here is blocked in. I might have another figure blocked in here, but the environment is what I'm working on now. So this week, what I want you to work on is creating this environment that your figure is going to go in. So in our two drawings that we did get, we have the figure that kind of has their arms folded and the leg that comes forward. This kind of that what kind of space are they in? What are they looking at? They're clearly looking at something. They're clearly see something that has them respond with this kind of attitude. Even if you were to use the girls playing hopscotch, developing that rest of the space. So, which this figure actually kind of fits in here all right. I'll go ahead and leave it in. So if I want to put more than one figure in a space, I can. If I want to have them have some reaction, some interaction with each other, I can do that. Now, obviously, if you were out drawing people, they were more than likely clothed. That if you want, these figures can be clothed, that's cool. They don't need to be nude figures. So, but what I want you to get comfortable doing is finding a figure, finding a pose that you like, finding a space that you like, and trying to put these together into one composition that makes sense, even though you have different objects in the scene that were never in the same space at the same time. So this is what I want you to work on this week, is developing a space. So if you haven't figured out your figure poses, if you haven't gone to the art museum and made sketches, do that. You're already behind on the next assignment, which is taking those sketches, those poses, which I'm not looking for. If you look at this is not a well-developed, finished figure drawing. It is a pose. I'm looking for just that general pose worked into an actual space. So figure out what environment is going around the figure that you chose. So what we want to end up with is a good drawing of a figure in an environment where you chose the pose, you dictate the figure, and you also chose the space, and kind of have some control over the process from start to finish. All right, so if you have any questions about what it is that I want for this assignment, feel free to email me, text me, whatever, message me in Teams. That works fine too. I'm going to put my number on here. Oops. Again, 314-401-6485. Reach out. Let me know that you have questions. Good luck.